Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us at the MarketSite studio in Times Square, New York City, we have Hitesh Sheth. He's the CEO of Vectra. We're going to discuss the evolving security AI market and the tools that will have the biggest impact on enterprise, stopping cyber criminals from attacking major systems. It is great to have you with us, Hitesh. Welcome to
Great to be
Trade Talks.
here.
Why do you think cybersecurity defense principles of the past decade are broken now?
Well, I will pin it down to one central issue, which is a lot of the thinking around cybersecurity from both the practitioners as well as vendors has been centered around prevention, which is I can stop these things. And so, entire architectures, technology choices, et cetera, have been made around this one fundamental principle: I can stop it. And the reality is, you should try and stop it, but ultimately you're going to be ready because it's going to get through.
How is the shift of more applications and data to the cloud impacting how attacks are carried out?
Yeah, look, I mean, I think you got to think about this in the context of attack surfaces, right? And the reality is that over the course of the last 10 years in particular, right, the attack surfaces have multiplied dramatically, right? If you dial back to say about 20 years ago, it was fairly limited. Somebody had a device, which is a fixed device like a computer. It was connected to some server inside your data center, and that's what you had to protect. Now, fast forward to where we are right now. You've got cloud applications. People are using IoT devices. You've got, of course, mobile phones, et cetera. So that sprawl has really dramatically increased not just the attack surface, but therefore the risk profile of the attack surfaces as well. And that creates a completely different dynamic for what you have to think about when it comes to security.
There's a lot of buzz around AI, particularly generative AI, but that's only one piece of the puzzle. What type of AI is being leveraged for security needs?
Yeah, look, I mean, I think Gen AI has, I think, a potential to be very transformative when it comes to security. But you really have to take a step back and break down AI into, just broadly speaking, two buckets. There is applied AI, and there's generative AI, right? And so when you're dealing with cyber attacks, there are four things that are essential to really manage advanced attacks. The first thing is you got to find the signal, so you got to find the attack itself. The second thing is in the mix of thousands of signals coming in, you're going to determine which is the signal that matters, and then you have to determine how you're going to prioritize which signal is the one you want to focus on first. For these two steps, detection and prioritization, generative AI has no value. None.
Right.
Okay. Applied AI, on the other hand, is where this is where it makes all the difference in the world, because that's all about applying the right techniques to find signal. Now, the next two steps are you want to investigate the attack, you want to find a way to respond to the attack. All right. This is where Gen AI can play a very, very significant role, because it fundamentally changes the way you talk to data. Investigation, and it fundamentally changes how you create workflows for response. For those applications in particular, Gen AI can make a huge impact.
Why is it important for companies to be able to cut through the noise to understand how the AI tools and which tools have the biggest impact on stopping cyber criminals from infiltrating the organization?
Yeah, look, I mean, I think the problem with AI is that it's not new. It's been around. Like when I was doing computer science, AI was this esoteric thing you did, right? And nobody kind of saw the practical application of it, because of that, there's been way too much noise from vendors, proclaiming that they can do AI when really they cannot. So therefore, there's a lot of skepticism on the customer's part of like, okay, how do I believe this is really going to work or not? Well, the hard fact is today, with the broadening of the attack surfaces, the fact that AI is getting used by attackers as well. On the defense side, you have no choice but to make this a core part of your strategy. But then if you're going to make this a core part of your strategy, it's critical that you understand the differences, like we just discussed. There's applied AI, there's generative AI, right? Most people will not know, because right now they think ChatGPT is the answer to everything.
Well, because it's consumer facing.
That is correct.
Other types of AI,
that is correct.
You don't even realize it's in the
background.
background.
That is correct. That is correct, indeed.
Yeah. Where does Vectra fit in the cybersecurity ecosystem, and what solutions are you providing?
Yeah, so look, Vectra AI, we have a platform called the Vectra AI platform. Our mission with the platform is to deliver what we call an integrated signal, right, across all the attack surfaces I just mentioned, to allow customers to detect the signal and then respond at speed and scale. This is the mission we are on. And then at the underpinning of that mission is the utilization of AI. We have been doing this, by the way, from day zero. So from the founding of the company, it was how do you use AI to find signal and data. We joke internally, we are the OGs of AI. We have been doing this well. We have been doing this before people could spell AI, to put it simply. All right. But how to make both applied AI and therefore looking ahead, generative AI work in the context of detection and response. This is what we do as a company.
So what differentiates your solutions from others within your
Yeah.
space?
So a few things. First and foremost, we have figured out the appropriate set of methods to find signal. One of the common fallacies that has existed for a long time is that if you want to find signal, just collect as much data as you can, get a bunch of really smart data scientists, and you can find signal. No, you'll find a lot of noise with that, right? What is really essential is that you take the data scientists, you have to marry them with the right domain, in our case, security research. That intersection was one of the early epiphanies we had with our business. And nailing that has been a core differentiator for our platform vis-a-vis other people in the market right now. That, plus the fact that we can do this at enterprise scale, is what really separates us in the marketplace.
All right, Hitesh, appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks.
Real pleasure.
And thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.